So I'm shut down right now I'm in Bakersfield, California. And today was a special day because I got to walk around and I was filled with like a lot of gratitude, which is always a great feeling. I feel like most days I don't take the time enough to be present in the moment and really be grateful, which I really feel bad about, because I feel like ultimately in life, the only thing that really matters, the most important thing in life, is to be present in the moment and to be grateful in a thankful state. So whenever today I really got the chance to really be thankful for a lot of stuff. I was walking around and I was thinking about, like, when I'm usually in a grateful mood and a thankful mood, it's usually tied directly to like my memories, because I'm essentially capturing a memory, like, let's say you're doing something and you're like, oh, I'm so thankful that this is happening. You're like capturing that present moment, and that turns into a memory. So I was just thinking right now, I was like, man, when I die, if there's one wish I can hope for when I die, is that I can remember all my memories. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but like sometimes I will think of something like a memory. I was thinking about my trip to Kirov, and I was thinking about like a video I made that was really kind of corny about how I wanted to go deep into Russia, and I wanted to just like dig a hole into Russia, like, meaning like I wanted to like just go deeper into Russia and just kind of disappear into like some kind of metaphorical hole where I could just get lost and just never come out, and in my head that idea seemed to make like a lot of sense, but when I express it, it just doesn't come out. It doesn't really, I feel like, express the idea completely the way I feel it in my mind. But what I was trying to say is that, like, in my life personally, the things that I treasure the most are my memories. The most valuable thing to me are my memories. And memories are essentially comprised of moments that you are present. Usually you can tell when you're making a memory. You can I don't know if you've ever gone through an experience in your life where you feel like, oh, I'm gonna remember this forever, but like when I'm walking, I'll think of a memory and it'll get stuck in my head, and I'll analyze it for like hours, sometimes like an hour, 2 hours. And it'll be like, I don't know if I'm sure you've been to like a museum when you look at a work of art or like a really nice photograph. If you've ever seen like a really nice composition, a work of art is meant to draw your eyes in, and you study it, and you kind of it's very similar to a memory. You can zoom in on it, you can focus on little details, and then sometimes a work of art will invoke a memory, you know what I mean? Like, it'll kind of make you feel like something that you remember, or it'll make you feel like, oh, this is something that I kind of relate to, like it feels familiar to you, maybe. Sometimes. I mean, I'm just trying to think. Like, it could be other things too, like this is like something just interesting, but like a memory is the same thing. Sometimes like I get caught in a memory of like me being in Kirov, and I replay it in my mind, and it's like literally looking at a work of art, like a good work of art, which a good work of art is one that is one that draws your eye deeper and deeper into it, where you start analyzing things. It's like a beautiful face. Like, you want to just look at it and study it. just imagine someone that you love, you know, that you find very attractive, and you just want to kind of look at them and study them. That's how like my memories are. So I feel like when I die, I really, really hope that I can still have my memories and look back at my life, because it's really amazing how many really good memories that I have in my life. And I wonder if any of you guys can relate to this. Do you look back on your life and think of memories that you've created for yourself? Because, you know, in my life, I really don't own anything. I don't have any real possessions. I don't care about like material things. The only thing that I really treasure are my memories. I wonder if any of you feel the same way, and if you collect memories like other people collect objects. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was really grateful today for I just think sometimes I'm like, wow, I'm just so lucky, you know, like I'm so lucky I have all my little memories that I get to look back on and be thankful for. At the end of the day, I've come to the conclusion that the real important thing in life, man, like when you're dead, because if you go back in my videos too, like when I visited Russia, I visited a cemetery. So for me, that's very important, because, you know, I try to always think about, you know, dying and what my life means, and I try to define an important life for myself. You know, I don't really I don't kind of look to other people to tell me what a good life should be. I try to figure it out for myself. You know, I'm like, I think about, well, what if I were to be dead, what would I want a good life to be? And then when I look at other people, like the Russian cemetery, which, I mean, to me was such a special experience. You know, I'm not a weirdo that just likes walking through cemeteries. I take it very seriously, and to me it's a very special thing, because I'm gonna be buried in the ground one day very soon, and these people were alive like I am now, and now they're not, they're gone. So I think, like, I start to imagine, like, hey, what did their life look like? What makes a good life? You know, like, is it their accomplishments? Did they do great things in their life? Did they, you know, change the world? You know, I'm not going to make assumptions about what other people think would make a good life. But I think about that, you know, because we get a lot of information saying, like, oh, we need to change the world. We need to make an impact on the world. But in my personal opinion, I disagree. I don't feel that. When I saw like the graves of people, I just think the only thing that really mattered was if they had a good heart, you know, and if they not necessarily were a good person, but it's like, if you just had a good heart and you lived like a true life, like you tried to live your authentic life and were true to yourself and weren't fake, you know, like I feel like, you know, just fake being proud, just trying to externalize your ego and be a big person. That could be who you truly are, you know. But ultimately, I think if you're really being true to yourself, a good heart will go along with that. And that's what the cemetery reminded me of. The cemetery taught me of like what kind of a life I want to lead, which is to be present, to be mindful, to be a good person. Russia really taught me, and I mentioned this in another video as well, it taught me how to be patient with people and how to have a good attitude. And I realized when I came back to the States that something was wrong with my attitude here. And I realized that Russia actually was teaching me how to be a better person. And it wouldn't matter if I'm in Russia or here, because I carry the same attitude that I had in Russia here, and it's completely changed. I mean, not to be dramatic, like it's changed my life, but it's really made everything a lot better, because I realized, oh, like, you know, the problem was really me and my attitude. So in the same way that Russia taught me that lesson, the Russia cemetery also taught me, because I have such a, I know this might sound odd because I don't know these people, but I have such an affection for Russians. Even like when I see like a Russian headstone, or walking through the cemetery, and I see like, oh, this person lived, you know, this lady, her, you could see her picture, she's a nice lady, you know, and I just imagine the kind of life that she lived. She probably lived like a hard life. I just imagine. And I don't know, I just have like a lot of love for I just look and I just think, I'm like, man, my imagination kind of goes a little crazy, and I just think, you know, she's probably a nice lady, she probably was a good wife, a good mother, and I'm like, man, that's what life is all about, man. Like, it's not about your accomplishments, in my opinion. It's not about, you know, how much you won in life, or how many awards you won, or accolades, or how many achievements you got. Really, ultimately, is like, even if you're the lowliest person, as long as you were just doing what you felt was the right thing to do, for real, you were really being true to yourself, and you had a good heart, that's like the best thing in life, man. So it's hard for me, you know, because sometimes my attitude runs away from me, like my pride, and it's disgusting. It makes me feel gross. When I get in those kind of modes, I lose myself. But really, Russia, this is how I know that, you know, Russia is my destiny, you know, because I was pulled towards Russia a lot. Everything that has to do with Russia was not really me. It was me just listening to, like, I don't know if this makes sense, but this is where it gets weird, hard to explain. But, you know, I feel like I was called toward Russia. And I know that's true, because, I mean, Russia has taught me so much, and especially that. So now I have like a better understanding of like what it means to be a good person. So I really try to be nice. Not nice, but, you know, be kind and be respectful to people and stuff like that. And that's how I know like I'm on the right track or whatever. But yeah, that's what I think about when I think of Russia and walking through Kirov. It's just, I'm just so grateful, and it's hard to explain, man. But it's like an immense feeling of gratitude, and I get very like emotional. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what that's all I have really in my life, like, are my memories that I get to think about. And I get to study them and analyze them, and like beautiful pieces of art, you know? So I wonder if can you guys relate to that? I'm sorry that this is so long, but I just had this idea and I wanted to say it. But I know I haven't put anything out, just because there's nothing interesting going on that I could capture on like the video or whatever. But yeah, let me know what you guys think if you want. And but also, yeah, I hope you're doing well, of course, and have a good one. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in Russia very soon. Before I said that it was going to be like a year or 2 years, but I'm going back pretty soon. I think probably by like the end of the year, this year, somewhere like that. I'm not too sure, but yeah, until then, I will talk to you later. All right, bye.